What's up everybody, welcome back to another video, and today we are taking a look at a comparison between two course platforms that are really kind of similar to each other in a lot of ways, but they do have some remarkable differences. So in this video, I want to kind of clear up the differences as a user of both of these platforms, and then I'll kind of share with you my personal preference, what I'm using right now, and then kind of give you some recommendations at the very end. So let's talk about what these platforms are first. First of all, they both market themselves as an all-in-one solution for your online knowledge business. And especially in this day and age, the knowledge commerce area is so big. It's getting bigger every time, every day, because the ability to just sell your knowledge and basically gain an audience is easier than ever before. So companies like this are, coming up and trying to make a dent in the marketplace. They really try to make it easy for you to get up and running with their personal tools and software. So, to varying degrees of success, obviously, because every platform is a little bit different. But Kajabi was established in 2010 by Kenny and Travis, co-founders, and are currently being used by over 40,000 entrepreneurs. So they've been around for over a decade, and they've been doing some excellent work and have an excellent track record. Podia, on the other hand, was established in 2014, formerly called Coach, by Spencer Fry, and is currently being used by over 20,000 entrepreneurs. So, naturally being developed a little bit later and rebranded as Podia, their platform is a little newer, hence the lower number of people using it, but that doesn't have any bearing on its quality, of course. So let's talk about what both of these platforms offer. They can give you the functionality of building online courses and memberships, two things that are really at the heart of knowledge commerce, among other things like webinars, email marketing, etc. Online courses and memberships are really the drivers of the knowledge commerce space. They also give you, like I mentioned, the webinars, which are really good for going in depth on like specific topics that you want to really dive in deep with. You also got a website builder to build your brand and host your material. So you can develop like a storefront, but you could also build your own like brand image and host all the stuff on there. So you don't have to build your separate website on like WordPress or Wix or anything like that. They also give you email marketing to build your audience and share updates, which is really cool. And it's kind of like the lifeline of your online business. There's also live chat and customer support. And I personally feel like both Podia and Kajabi's support is excellent. And I can definitely talk about this a little bit after. And they also give you affiliate marketing. So if you want to refer people to either platform, you have the option to do that. And of course, they give you a little bit of a cut as a thank you for doing that. They also have a 14-day free trial for you to kind of set up your business and see if you can start earning some income right away. I personally think 14 days is a little bit short. Like I personally prefer like a month if possible, or even longer, but they do give you a 14-day free trial just to get started. So to really take advantage of it, you would want to clear out some space in your schedule and get that set up. But let me talk about what drew me to Podia first. So I started to use Podia in the middle of 2020, and that was really when I wanted to start building my first course. So what drew me to Podia was, first of all, the price, right? It's just definitely cheaper than Kajabi, and the most basic plan actually begins at $39 a month or $40, right? Whereas Kajabi's plan actually begins at $119 per month. And you can already see that that's a large difference where both platforms market themselves as all-in-ones. Why is Podia so much more affordable? Why is it so much cheaper? So we're going to talk about that a little bit later, but that was the first thing that really stood out to me. Secondly, the interface in general looks very clean and very friendly, and it just has a very eye-catching theme overall. So Podia definitely does have a certain look to it, and while it may not be for everyone, it's very friendly, and it's almost like child friendly in a way. There's a lot of rounded edges. It's very there's a lot of shapes that give you the sense of comfort and clean, a clean touch basically. So I really like that theme overall. It also brands itself as the more affordable version of Kajabi that basically does everything that Kajabi does. And, that's a big statement to make, knowing that Kajabi does so much. So, that's kind of another thing that kind of made me interested in what Podia was doing. And they also have consistent uploads on their YouTube channel about content marketing, sales copy, course creation, memberships, etc. on their YouTube channel, and it really gave me a good first impression. So they always upload regular videos on their YouTube channel. where they talk about how to sell, how to, create value for other people, how to create a membership, how to set up sales copy, etc., etc. And there's always really nice background music. It's really well produced, and Ben is a very personable character on the channel. So I really enjoy Podia's videos, and that was another thing that drew me to the platform. So let me tell you, once I started getting signed up for Podia and started using the service, what are some things that I really enjoyed about it? First of all, the cost of the platform really does take the pressure off of you of needing to make the sales right away. So if you set up your own website and have your own products on the platform, and after a month you still haven't really gotten to sell anything yet, then you're only out $40, only out $39, right? So it's not a huge investment yet. Of course, over time it adds up, but a couple months is plenty of time for you to kind of get started, build your audience, and offer them really valuable products. Secondly, what I like is the extremely user-friendly interface, the functionality, and it's also really good for beginners looking to sell their first digital products online. So again, I talked about how easy it is on the eye, but it's also very easy to use, and that's because they don't give you too much stuff to fiddle around with. They give you some basic templates, they give you some basic options to kind of move things here and there, but they only give you a couple themes. They don't give you very many font choices. I think you're basically locked into one. And it makes things very simple, which is a really good thing about Podia. It's also simple to navigate and find exactly what you need. So again, that kind of ties into the functionality aspect of it. There's just not very much clogging up the website. It also gives you email marketing and like we talked about, the course creation process, right? But it's a lot of fun to use. And that, for me, that's a very big thing. Being able to use these services, but also having fun with it. And for me, because I'm a very simple person, I actually really appreciated how simple it was to use these services of email marketing and the course creation, tools. And they also, as I mentioned, look great. So I really enjoyed how to use, these certain services. Not to mention, they have a very good chat support, and they're very friendly and attentive for the most part. I did have a couple of agents that were maybe a little bit grumpy on the day, or maybe I asked a couple questions that I thought wasn't answered very clearly, so I asked for some clarification, but maybe they were a little bit impatient. But that's okay, everyone has their off days, I totally understand. And they also have something that Kajabi doesn't, which is a messaging system to chat with their customers. So for example, if there's a prospective customer or a client who wants to purchase one of your courses or check in your membership, and they want to interact with you directly, the course creator, then they can actually do that on Podia's page. So it really is like an instant messaging feature where they can message you and you can go back and forth, which is really cool. Now let's talk about some things that made me kind of think about Kajabi or another platform and want to switch away from Podia. So first of all, it became clear to me after some time that the website builder, first of all, is more of like a storefront rather than a full website. So usually a full website, you would see things like, about me, how to contact me, products, of course, if you want to host those, also different paragraphs about, what you do and everything like that, and different pages talking about maybe different services you offer, etc., etc. But after fiddling around with the website builder, because it's so simple to use and there's a lot of streamlined processes, right? It doesn't offer you as many tools to kind of build as many pages and customize your website maybe as much as you would like. And for me personally, I wanted to build up some extra pages to advertise some of my other services, but Podia didn't really have the option to do that. And once I messaged their chat support, they kind of told me that the website builder is more meant as a storefront where you can host your products instead. So as a result, I'd had to kind of stick with my current Wix website, which I was paying about, I think it was like $20 to $30 a year for the domain name, and then hosting was another issue altogether. But another thing was that Podia was unable to offer multiple tiers of the same product, and I did message their support about it as well, and they gave me a little bit of a workaround, but it was kind of clunky, and I always like having multiple options for my products for different customers, but Podia didn't really have a built-in way to kind of do that. So that was something that I was also wary of. The other thing was the ability to tweak sales pages and further customize your pictures and backgrounds and text were a little bit lacking, and that's kind of due to like the sales pages and the course creation the storefront stuff, those options were just a little bit lacking. So, you have simplicity, but again, you don't have as much flexibility. So that's what I mean when I say Podia has a certain look, and whether you like that look or not will kind of determine how you will use their service. Another thing that's also very important is that the email marketing is very limited in their features. So they basically have, you have your broadcast emails where you can send to your whole audience, or you can have automated campaign emails where you basically send them to, automated options. Like if someone just joins your list and you want to send them, let's say, an email sequence to promote your course, for example, you can do that, but you only have a couple of entrance and exit features. You don't really have any tagging or segmentation options there, so it's a little bit limited in that way. So that was one thing that kind of stood out to me as well. And they also have only a limited number of contacts that can receive emails, and only up to 5,000 on the basic plan. So let's say you have an email list of, 10,000 people, you can only send like 5,000 of those. So that was another reason why I had to use something like ConvertKit, where, I wasn't really limited by the number of subscribers. Of course, I had to pay more for the number of subscribers that I had, but, having this limit on the number of subscribers was, of course, something to look out for as well. Finally, there were no dedicated landing page builders, so I had to, again, use ConvertKit for that purpose to host my email list and build custom landing pages to host my lead magnets. And all these services actually ended up costing about the same as my current Kajabi plan. So let's talk about that a little bit. After I made the switch to Kajabi, which took me about a month or so, which was a little longer than I expected, I started using the service, and I came up with some conclusions, what I liked, what I didn't like. So first of all, let me show you what I did enjoy and do enjoy about Kajabi. So first of all, the multiple templates and the tweakability options, they were definitely new to me compared to Podia, but it was still kind of accessible, right? Because, both platforms pride themselves in you not needing to learn code and being able to be up and running with their platforms very, very quickly. So Kajabi definitely has a bigger learning curve, but at the end of the day, you still get better results because you have a little more flexibility there. And your branding and website can really stand out on their own, so it can really function as a full website, and it doesn't have to look like Kajabi's default templates. They give you a variety of templates that you can go through and really make it as customizable as you want to, which is really cool. Kajabi also allows me to host my entire business on the site without having to integrate any third-party plugins like Wix and ConvertKit. So currently my entire website is a Kajabi website, and I'm not using ConvertKit anymore because I was paying, I think it was $80 US a month to host my email list, and now I have it as included part of my Kajabi plan. The page builders also take a little bit of time to get used to, but they look great and they function really, really well. So I'm using the page builder for landing pages, additional pages on my website, forms to confirm people's subscriptions, and more than that. But generally, the page builder is very powerful, and you can create unlimited numbers of pages, whether you want those landing pages or you want to create additional pages for your website, or other things like that. So another very powerful thing is that the email marketing uses a when, then, and if system, which is actually very logical, and it actually makes more sense to me than ConvertKit's kind of visual system. I wasn't entirely sure of how their automations worked, and I had to contact their support a lot of the time. But Kajabi's system makes it very easy and very simple to understand, so I really appreciate that. But if you need, the segmentations and automations are always there, so you can really tweak it as much as you want, or you can keep it as simple as you want. So having that flexibility is great. Also, the analytics are very in-depth, and you can see exactly what's working, what isn't, like how much revenue you made a certain month, how many people are opening, a certain video on one of your courses, things like that, how many people click on a certain email, et cetera, et cetera. And also, I think one of the biggest standouts of Kajabi is their world-class 24/7 live chat customer support. So I mentioned Podia has really good support as well, but their hours are limited to between, I think it's like 9 a.m. to 5 or 6 p.m. Eastern, whereas Kajabi has 24/7 chat support. So if something suddenly goes wrong at let's say midnight and you're still working on something, then you can reach out to them right away, and usually within a couple minutes they'll have someone there to help you right away. And they're always very knowledgeable, very understanding, and they basically can help you very quickly. So for me, that's huge. Now, of course, no platform is perfect, and Kajabi is no exception. So what are a couple things I don't really love about Kajabi? Well, first of all, of course, the price kind of took me getting used to at $159 per month. I think it's actually probably among the most expensive platforms at the moment, along with like Kartra, and I believe there's other ones as well. But knowing that $159 is there per month, it kind of made me balk at a little bit. I was just a little bit unsure. Also, there is a learning curve to the platform, so it took me a couple weeks to get everything set up properly, and thanks to Kajabi's chat support, I was able to get it up and running within a couple weeks. I think if they didn't have their chat support, it would take me a couple months. So it's really important to have that constant source of support to help you when needed. Also, there were a couple new terms I had to get used to, like they have something called forms, which are basically where people enter their name and their email on landing pages. They call those kind of like forms. They also have what's called offers, which are like the price of a certain product and what's included in a certain sale, for example. So I had to learn what those were. And also events, they are basically things that happen on a certain day and time. So you can set those up, and then inside emails, for example, you can hint at those events, put in timers, you can set up webinars to lead to those events, for example. So a lot of the stuff I actually haven't touched too much yet, but it's really interesting to see what it comes with. So what is the ultimate verdict? To me, how can I compare and sum up Podia versus Kajabi? First of all, Podia is affordable, which is very important, and it's very user-friendly. So those are two big pluses for Podia. Really, for simplicity, you can't really beat Podia, which is great. It's also really good for selling a few digital products and starting to build your audience. But again, I personally feel it's lacking in some areas of customization, like in tiers and webinars, and you can't really do that much with setting up your own brand image, because you will always get that Podia look, okay? For a full website and email marketing, which are, again, very important for your online business, if that's the route you want to go, then I would definitely consider some other options. So, I mean, you can use emails for basic broadcasts and sequences, but if you want to do segmenting and automations, which are very powerful, then Podia doesn't really have that functionality as of this recording. They do have a live chat support, which is about from 9 a.m. to 5 or 6 p.m. EST. And again, outside of those hours, you will just have to wait. Sometimes you will get lucky if someone is or happens to be on the support system, then they will help you. But usually I had to wait till the next day to get an answer. Kajabi, on the other hand, is pricier than Podia at the onset, but considering it's an all-in-one platform, you actually end up saving more in the long run. So I actually believe Kajabi is and really feels like an all-in-one platform, because anything I needed it to do, it was able to do that without any problems. So very important. It's also packed with all the tools you need to run a thriving and successful online business, like email marketing, webinars, website, and landing pages. There's also like a blog feature as well. And there's a lot of stuff that I'm just not using yet, because I've set up a very streamlined workflow and I haven't needed to use additional services from Kajabi, but just know that those are there if you do need them, which is great. So it basically is a ton of services packed into just one platform. The community feature is also a great way to add value and deepen relationships with your members. So I have a community personally right now, and it's very easy to use. It works really well. There's no bugs, and I'm able to interact with my community and help them and add value to them on a consistent basis without anything kind of breaking or anything like that. So it feels really nice to use. And they have a 24/7 chat support, like I talked about, for any and all inquiries, which is, again, a huge standout to me, because not that many services can offer this continuous source of support when needed. Like Podia, you only have the basic work hours for support, but Kajabi has a 24/7, and that's also because probably they have a bigger team, a lot of more members working for them and with them as well. So if you're interested in trying Kajabi specifically, I want to offer you a 30-day free trial, because currently they offer you a 14-day free trial. But if you use my link, christophersu.com/Kajabi, you'll actually get access to double the free trial, and you get a complete 30 days to kind of set up your entire system and start making some income if you'd like to. Another thing I want to offer you for using my link is a free course, and I'm calling this Kajabi in 30 days. So you can really get up and running in Kajabi quickly. And I'll just give you like the streamlined workflow that you really need to know in order to use the service. I'm not going to give you all the bells and whistles, but the things that are really important, I'm going to cover this in a free course when you sign up using my link. The other thing I'm going to give you is another free course called Content Marketing for Creatives. And this is personally how I built my online business and let it run on its own and, passively 24/7. And you'll receive this course once you start paying for Kajabi, and just, you can send me an email and I'll send you that course right away. But again, it is a thank you for using my link to sign up for Kajabi. Now, full transparency, this is an affiliate link. So if you use my link, part of your monthly payment will go to support my channel and what I do. I want to thank you either way for watching the video and, being a supporter of the channel. There's no obligation to use it, but if you do, a big thank you. And I really do appreciate it very much. So if you have any questions about either platform, please let me know. I'm currently not using Podia anymore because I've switched everything over to Kajabi, and I really do believe in the power of the platform of Kajabi, and the future of it looks really bright. They're very responsive. They're always looking for additional feedback. Their support, again, like I mentioned, is always very top notch. So if you're curious about either platform and want to know how it works or anything like that, just let me know in a comment below. I'm more than happy to help out. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next video. Take care, my friends, and I'll see you then. Take care. Bye-bye.